hello, hello, and welcome to a bunch of nerds playing D&D. Yeah, we're just gonna do introductions, and then we're gonna play D&D, and it's gonna be great. And that's it. Hi, Joff.
Oh, you talk to me. You
I
talk to
do.
me about
I
the
do.
introduction. Hello. Have introduction from me, Joffrey Gibbs. 4 total fingers and a thumb. 1 extra 4 fingers and a thumb. Did you know hands? You will. Welcome to Unveiled, D&D show about 2 hands. Can you tell I was not prepared to introduction?
Hey, Joff, who do you play?
I play Red. She has 4 fingers on 1 hand and a thumb.
My
Next.
fingers disappear if I do this.
No,
Where do they go? Where do they go? No.
Welcome to spending time with us.
You're so lucky.
Hey, Tony.
Next.
Hi. Hi, Andy. How are you doing this evening? My name is Dragons, or Tony, or, I answer to a lot of things. I play Risati Tea Leaf here on Unveiled Season Fingers. I don't know. Should be a fun tonight. We're in rare form, apparently. Back to you, Andy.
Hi, Chris.
Oh, hello, Andy. I am wearing a lovely cardigan sweater just for you, Andy. Also, I am playing Tilvius, who, taking your imagination and imagine the actor Timothée Chalamet, and then imagine the character of Darien / Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon, and imagine they had a baby that was also half a pony.
Come try ya.
Hi, Josh.
I bet every Gen Z person just fucking just cringed to death at all of us.
And went that way.
My name is Josh. It's okay. I love all of you and your weird voices and your funny hand jokes. I do. Don't ever stop. I play Cyrus.
One of those.
Either both. And
I don't think he knows.
He's never. He doesn't know. I don't want to give you any more material. To
Dude, I was writing your contract, trying to come up with more shit. So don't worry.
He no longer knows how to spell.
Nice. That's not nice.
He is a dragonborn, white dragonborn wizard warlock who has signed a contract with a fey being to as yet be revealed. And he has his little pixie pal, sprite pal. I always forget whether it's a pixie or a sprite, to be honest.
Looks like a ball of glowing light as far as you can tell.
Yeah, well, it does matter in terms of when we do mechanics, because they have different abilities. But it's Kevin spelled in a perfectly normal way. A perfectly normal way that Elon Musk would spell Kevin.
Yeah, with like a circle and an upside down bucket or something. I don't know.
I'm sure there's actually a K in it. Don't worry about it.
There is a
It
K.
starts with a K.
It does, definitely.
It's a Q, not a K.
But the rest is some combination of French and Finnish spelling.
That's wild. Yeah, that one, Kahevna.
There's an umlaut in there and whatever the squiggly line over French letters is.
I think Spanish has it too.
Does it? Okay.
And I am Dakota Orshiro. I'm DMing this clusterfuck. Last time on this clusterfuck, we left the city of Walden after everybody getting butt fucked on a cart with fireballs and counterspells.
Which was quite the group building.
Yeah. I hope everybody had a really fun time with that. There's nothing powerful in this world. Don't worry about it.
Let me check. Nope.
Following that, they continued on the path. They said, fuck Cornerstone. Instead of going to Cornerstone, they were going to hang a right. They didn't want to go to Port Saris yet. And they're headed towards the city of Camor. On the way there, it got dark, and they saw what looked like an inn. So they decided to stay there. Went in. It looked great. Just a normal inn with a weird innkeep. Got some food. The food was gelatin. Jiggly. Cerulean gelatin with a weird barkeep, innkeep, whatever.
Which is green, right?
Sure. Does it look green to you?
I don't know what
You tell me.
cerulean is.
We are
Wish I
sitting
did.
at computers, my man.
You're right. I have the whole Wikipedia.
It's
at
a
my
type of
fingertips.
blue.
It is a blue. They went up to their rooms. The room was nice. They woke up from their nap. The room was not nice. They went downstairs to investigate why the entire inn was no longer nice. It went creepy. They went downstairs. They found a bunch of this cerulean jello. And then they found a big one that looks a lot like a cube. And it may or may not be gelatinous.
And there's a head suspended in it.
There is a head with some ears in it. Yeah, that's where we left off. Cirrus decided he did not like the ooze and shot Eldritch Blast at it.
Right.
So, we're going to pick up tonight with Cirrus rolling an attack roll.
Hang on, I'm reading about cerulean.
What does it say?
Please tell us. What does it taste like?
Say about cerulean?
What does cerulean taste like?
It says Pantone 15-4020 TPX cerulean. It's beautiful.
Oh,
You should have ate
I wanted to know if it's the color of the year. What year? Did you know Pantone has colors of the year?
Mm-hmm.
I do
Yeah, I'm a
now.
graphic
graphic designer. I knew
is.
that.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, yes, I shoot. I scream. No! Or no, that's not his voice. No. And shoot sparkles at it. And I will do an attack roll.
How would you do
now.
that?
That's a 19 on the dice. 24.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
That would have been so cool if it was the 20.
Pretty squishy.
But I'll take 19. 13 points of Eldritch Blast damage.
Whew. That's like
Just-
not 0.
Yeah, that was a pretty decent roll. That was max. That was max
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, that's
Shit.
pretty good. All right. You kind of stick your hand out, and your pretty princess lights flash from your hand as it pierces through this glob of jello, and it kind of splats on the wall to the side as the beam passes through and dissipates on the wall next to it. Now we can roll initiative as the slime jiggles.
Yeah, no. It's like Lisa Frank. Just creamed all over the page.
You know, that's wow. Nice.
Do you all remember Lisa Frank?
Oh,
yeah.
I know exactly what that is.
Awesome.
Initiative 22. I have a 25.
Jeez.
Oh, that's
Okay.
the wrong button. There we
I
go.
have a 13.
7.
Fucking 3, baby.
So I had a one shot the other night on our off night for Tuesday, and these fucking dice were on fire. On fire.
Who had a
Did you-
3? Which one of you fuckers?
Me.
And tonight they're back to being fucking ice cold like fucking Will Wheaton's.
I think it's when you're in my company. I think that's what it
Yeah,
is.
it
What
must
about
be-
Will Wheaton's
You
what?
are you're a fucking lich is what you are.
It's true.
Were you gonna Were you gonna say like Will Wheaton's like testicles? Like what about
Yes,
Will
No,
Wheaton?
yes,
he-
that is exactly what I was going
He
to
rolls a
say.
lot of natural ones. A lot
He-
of
Lots.
natural.
it's been
Oh.
documented.
It's been. It's
Very
like 20% more than regular people, or something insane.
It's a
It is
lot.
awful. Red,
I did not know that about Will
it
Wheaton.
is your turn.
What exactly is going
Welcome.
on? Is this slime oozing into the room?
Yeah, so you guys kind of opened up the door to go
Yeah,
in, and
I
now
pulled
the
the door
slime is
open.
coming towards you. It is
Is-
like bleeding through.
Is it possible
shut the
to
door.
dart to said door and reclose it?
Well, currently there's a slime halfway through it.
I
So, I mean, maybe if you pushed it back and then shut the door, but you would have to be awfully close.
Okay. Earlier, you said that we could do team moves.
Right, you can take your initiative and move it down to somebody else's turn and take your turns at the same time.
Okay.
Playing.
I would like to take my turn at the next person's turn. I don't care who.
That would be me.
And I'm going to Red is going to dart to where the slime is coming through the aperture. Ready her walking stick. And she's as she says, I'll cut the part that's coming through if somebody shuts the door. The idea being at the same time she'll carve a piece of the ooze off so that it'll slough off while someone shoves the door closed.
Okay.
So I'll move to that position and wait.
Since I'm the one who opened the door, I assume I'm standing right in front of this thing as it comes
Yeah,
out.
as it's coming through, yeah. But before your turn is the cube's turn.
Oh, well. It was a good idea.
Yeah, yeah. It was not bad. So what's gonna happen is it seems to be moving towards Cirrus. And I'm gonna need everybody that is within like viewing distance of the cube sees the eyes on the head inside of it open, and they're glowing with this like weird yellow light. And Cirrus can make me a wisdom save.
That's not
Can, but
Is going to make me a wisdom save.
roll a wisdom save, Cirrus.
well, it sounded like a choice. 13.
13.
Yes.
Okay. You have a just burning desire to eat some of this cerulean goo. Like, nothing sounds better than eating it right now. You watch the way it kind of like diffused when you shot your Eldritch Blast at it, and that looked delicious.
Me.
It is then going to
Yummy.
it's then going to wiggle its way forward.
wiggle, you say.
It's gonna wiggle.
Jiggle.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Wiggle the ooze. How can you lose?
When you wiggle the ooze.
See? You know what I'm talking about.
So
Yeah,
it is going to move forward towards Tilvius, and I need Tilvius to make me a dex save.
Is it moving
Dex save,
through
I'm
and
good at
out of
those.
my combat area?
It's still within range of you because
Okay.
it's pretty big.
Got it.
So it's still within your melee range.
I was angry.
14.
14 will do it. You do manage to kind of like slide back as it gets dangerously close to you. You're not sure what it's doing, but that's too close for comfort. And we will go to Tilvius' turn.
Did Red actually rush up?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so she would be within 5 feet of this thing. Okay, so then I'm going to take out my short sword and smash it.
Hell yeah.
And I rolled a 12.
Yeah, 12 will do it. It's a
Okay.
big fucking cube in a room.
So I
Blah,
get
blah, blah.
I do 6 points of regular damage, and
What type of damage is that?
it's piercing,
Okay.
and only 2 points of sneak attack damage.
Okay.
And
As you
then,
take, no, go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, as you take your short sword and slash through it, you get the same resistance that you would running it through water or some type of liquid, where you feel the blade pass through, and you take some of the goop with it. It kind of like sprays out onto the floor as your slash continues, but you feel that same consistency as if it had just gone through water.
Okay, I will use bonus action disengage, and I will back up. How big is this room? I feel like it's not very big.
I'm gonna say it's like 20 feet by 20 feet thereabouts.
All right, I'll disengage, back up as far as I can.
Okay, so you're like at the stairs probably.
Yeah, yeah. I won't go up the stairs. I'll just go back to the stairs.
Okay. I will say, Red, since you moved your turn back to Tilvius's, you can still take an action.
Oh,
since
yeah,
you
this would be your
technically
turn
weren't
now.
holding.
It looks like it. Okay. I can't really tell, being who I am, how far this head is into the goop. Nor can I tell how big this thing is. Well, maybe I could. Maybe I
You
could
could probably
feel
tell how big it is.
how big it is. Do I get the sense that it's going to envelop this room? Or that we're going to be like hip deep in goo? Like,
Roll an insight check. Go
oh,
party.
that's not bad. 16 on the die. Where's my insight? Oh, that's a dirty 20.
Okay. You can tell it's definitely bigger than any of you, and you could fit inside of it. Like multiple of you could probably fit inside of this large cube. It's not going to take up the entire room. Even if it got in here, there's still room to maneuver around it, right? What does concern you, as you kind of like take stock of everything that's around you, is there's a lot of those little cubes in storage on all these shelves. Like a lot.
I see. Red is also going to. Well, I mean, I used my movement. I don't know how much movement I would have left, because I used my movement to go up to the door.
Like I said, it's probably 20 feet, and you were probably at the stairs, so probably 10 feet, or
Okay.
however much you have.
So, Red's gonna scoot back towards the stairs like Tilvius did, as far back as she can go, and say, like, I heard what that sword did, and it sounded like a whole lot of nothing. How about back up the stairs, gentlemen? And for my action, I'm going to take the dodge action.
Okay, so you took the dodge action.
Yeah.
So
Not
specifically,
disengage.
you ran up to the cube to cut it, and then ran away from it.
Yes.
Okay, it is going to take an attack of opportunity against you.
Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't have disadvantage though, yeah?
Yeah, if you took the dodge
I
action.
took the dodge.
How big is the cube, like space wise? Is it like 5 by 5, 10 by 10? Like how big? Are you talking?
It's huge.
It's large.
Yeah.
So 10.
Right now, you can't tell too much how big it is because it's still squeezing its way through the doorway. So it's not entirely in the room yet. There's maybe 5 feet between it and the ceiling, and from where it is now, there's probably 10 feet of space between the two sides of the room.
Did I get hit by ooze?
Does a 12 hit you?
It does not hit me.
Yeah, then no. It kind of like reaches out as if to grab you with a piece of itself.
A pseudopod.
And misses, yes.
Gross.
And that'll bring us to Rosati.
So I would like to venture to say I was somewhere close to the steps to begin with. So I'm going to back my orc ass up onto the stairs. And let's see.
They creak and groan underneath you.
Yeah, I know that was not so great. Okay, if I'm looking at the cube in the doorway and just like the general vicinity, does the wood and the structure look weak and shitty just in general around it?
Everything around you looks weak and shitty.
Great. That's great. Um, boy. Is there
You get
anybody
the
remaining close to this thing? Or did everybody back up?
everybody's relatively far away.
Relatively.
The closest is red. Red's about 10
As
feet
I
away from it.
as I start to like spin my hands around my
Ice
staff,
Ice knife.
it's not. I I look at everybody and I say, I hope you can run fast. And I spin my hand around and I jam the staff forward, and just this little wisp of like sound waves just come off the end of it and hits about a couple feet inside the cube, but on the backside of the head is where I'm aiming. So I want a 10-foot sphere for shatter to go off.
Oh.
Okay.
Hoping that I make enough like ruckus with this that it like collapses shit in on top of the cube.
That's a dex save, right?
That is a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, a Constitution save. Does a 12 beat?
It is not 14. 3d8,
Okay.
please.
So you're gonna roll the 3d8, and I want you to make me an intelligence check.
12 thunder damage. Intelligence.
Yeah.
All right. That's not too bad. That's 15.
Okay. So with a 15, you took a step on these stairs and you walked your way down here, and you understand this building is ramshackle. It is held
It
together.
wasn't last night.
No, it wasn't last night. It's held together by a lot of willpower and the grace of whatever God deigned to keep it standing, right? This shatter is probably going to tear the whole building down.
Excellent.
So,
Here for a good time, not for a long time.
I want everybody to roll me a dex save.
You got it. Natural 20!
19. Close.
15.
55.
3.
Okay, you live underground, right?
What I'm going to say is, Cirrus, take your turn. And then I'm going to tell you what happens.
Okay.
This ought to be fun.
I try to take a bite out of the gelatinous.
Oh, fuck, I forgot your fucking
Yummy.
Oh, no. Okay. At the end of your...
I shout out, it's delicious, but it's not that good.
At the end of your turn, make me another wisdom save.
Okay, but what is... this is the beginning of my turn, so what do I do now?
You were using your action to go eat some ooze.
Right.
Yeah.
So I do that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that's your turn.
I eat some ooze. Yummy. And then I get a 17. Yummy.
In the middle of eating this, you come to realize this is not okay. There's a head in this. This is bad. As you come to realize this, and as everybody sees Cirrus walk forward, the spell leaves Rosati, and above you, you see this like implosion. You watch as all of the air kind of impedes in on itself and explodes outwards. Yeah, so you are flung backwards towards the stairs as the spell contacts with the wood above and the door frame, you feel this entire place shake. And then it begins to fall. Now, I'm going to tell you that you can roll dexterity saves, and there's going to be a group effort, and Cirrus is going to have disadvantage on this next one. So, let's group check our way out as the house collapses around you. And also, tell me which way you're leaving. Are we just going like straight up the stairs? Because that seems like the best option.
Well, there's no other. The other exit is blocked by the cube, so I assume we're going up the stairs.
I would assume so, unless somebody has a creative idea.
I use my grappling hook. And,
Oh shit! Your rope arrows?
Yes. And my elf eyes.
pull the
Wait, I
building
have neither
down.
of those things. So we're doing dex saving throws?
Yeah,
Are we all doing them now, or are we doing them turn by turn?
yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be a group check.
19 total?
13.
Oh wait, no, I did that wrong. 17 total.
Still 13.
You are muted, my friend Tony.
That's an 11.
Okay, so we're 41. And Cirrus has disadvantage.
I got 6.
6. Okay. So with a 46, you all make it up the stairs as this house is collapsing. And as it does...
Red is yelling, "Feet on the sides, feet on the sides, feet on the sides."
I don't see any feet.
No, put your feet on the Cirrus, put your feet on the side.
So, as you were all on your way up, the creaking and groaning of the wood falling in on itself is deafening. As you make it to the top floor and you're headed on your way out towards the door, the house is falling around you. Debris is catching you by the side, cutting you and injuring you, and it's not a fun time. You're going to take 19 points of of piercing damage.
19 points of cool.
A piece
That's not
Like-
the right math.
comes out of the ceiling, hits Rasati in the back, and is now like lodged out the other side of his chest as he's dragging himself out the front.
Is everyone conscious?
So,
Barely.
you all make it outside of the house as it falls in on itself. What once was one of the largest structures you've seen now appears to be the largest pile of driftwood you've seen.
I land in the gravel or grass out front, and I'm literally coughing blood out of my mouth on the ground.
And then entire force myself to throw up the
And
goo.
just for the fun of it, y'all succeeded on your way out.
Oh, great.
Just so you know.
Could somebody pull this out?
Hold on. Red, if you want to pull, I can heal him.
Red's
Out.
not that
Please?
strong, but puts your you're laying belly down in the grass.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Red puts her foot on your back. She's maybe pushing 5 feet tall, maybe pushing 80 pounds, maybe 90. She's very slight. She just grabs the chunk of wood and uses her whole body to try and pull it out.
And I cast Cure Wounds for 8 points of healing on you.
Just the worst, sticky sound of things not wanting to leave the wood as you pull it out.
Yeah.
And then the Cure Wounds does stitch the wound back together. It doesn't do much for the massive amount of blood on your clothes.
No, you're pretty filthy.
I'm now sitting there with my hands draped over my knees, taking nice, deep, long breaths. I'm like, that was a stupid idea. That was a stupid idea. That was a stupid idea. Fuck.
I
Yes.
put a hand on Rusadi's shoulder and I say, Rusadi, one of these days you got to learn how to cast spells without causing damage to everything around the area. But I'm laughing as I say it. Like I had a great time. I'm beat to shit, but that was a lot of fun.
As
He tries to laugh and then can't.
as
And
you're
then
all
coughs,
sitting
yeah.
there and Rosati goes fuck and you're trying to make him feel better, you see the sun start to rise.
I thought so.
Veil lights start to leak through. There we go, not sun.
Yeah, this veil light.
Yeah,
Yeah,
No.
I got you.
the veil start to brighten.
We
Yeah,
knew
there
what
go.
you meant.
The Red is leaning against her walking stick, huffing and puffing, and just kind of straightens up and shrugs it off. And I'm gonna do second wind really quick. Yeah, I got 9 back.
Can we take a moment, please? Just I need
Oh, is our cart
I need a minute.
and our horses still around?
Yes, they are the only thing left to the right in this ramstackle about to fall over stable.
Maybe we all want to, well, except for me because I'm already a pony, crawl in the cart and bandage ourselves up, take a rest, short rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just so long as someone else drives.
Okay.
All right, DM, we're going to attempt a short rest.
Okay. You can all roll your hit dice to heal, and
All right, I'm back to full health. And I had to use all my hit dice to do it.
as you are taking a short rest from the rubble, you kind of exit your cart and get ready to continue on your way. From the rubble, you swear specks of cerulean.
Fuck this place.
Red, like cocks her head to the side, and her ear
horribly.
peeks out, and she goes, "Is something moving down there?"
We should set this place on fire and never look back.
How
Do you have
about we
any
just-
fire spells?
Tilvius,
Nope.
if
I'm sure I have a flint and steel.
Tilvius,
Sorry, Red.
Tilvius, if Rasadi casts a fire spell, the forest is going to burn down.
That's true.
That's
Listen.
probably true. The forest, worth noting, is about a mile that way. Still true.
No,
I rolled a
haven't
1 and a
been-
2 on my hit dice.
Haven't been very good. I know I'll get better. I promise. I'm sorry. All right. What can I
It's
say?
okay. It's okay.
Hey, we all made it out. 2 of us ate blue goo. It was
It was good. What'd you think, Cirrus?
More of it does sound good.
No.
Those of you that have eaten it, more of it sounds good. You may have
should
like
leave.
conflictions with that, but
We should leave here.
I'm real curious about this goo that's coming up. I just want to watch for just a little bit to see if anything actually comes out of this ruin.
it doesn't appear to be making, as you kind of like sit there and wait, it doesn't appear to be making a lot of progress, but you can see it starting to like leak up. You can't tell if it's a mass or if it's just there was so much fucking shit down there that now it's starting to like congeal out, right? But it does seem to be leaking out more and more as you sit there and watch it.
Red. Before we actually take a hike and like actually, make tracks out of here. Red's gonna take a piece of the building.
Okay.
Just
Oh,
a
yeah,
piece
try-
of the wood.
It feels very dry and old.
Okay.
Like it's ready to snap as soon as you pick it up.
She's just gonna stow it. Maybe there's somebody somewhere that can do psychometry somewhere and tell us what the hell this was. Because,
Does anyone have
deserve
an empty
credit.
bottle? Does anyone play Zelda? Anyone have an empty bottle?
the only bottle I gave to Well, I gave to Rasati. I don't know if he
Did
kept it
anyone
after he
drink
drank
a
the
drink a
potion.
healing potion and have an empty bottle left over? I really want to bottle some of this stuff just because it was so crazy.
I don't know if
Can I
Rasati
insight check you, Tilvius?
Yeah, go for it.
Whopping through.
Seems on the up
I
and up.
love this so much. Fuck. These fucking
Give me
dice.
the bottle. Give me the bottle. All right.
Here.
I take out my sword and I just want to plop a tiniest bit into the bottle and cork it up.
You get the vibe as you're doing this that it almost wants to move away from you, but you do manage to bottle it, and it appears to jiggle in the bottle.
I'm gonna add
I'm
that
a
to my
jiggle in the
inventory.
bottle.
A jiggly bottle of jiggle.
It's gloob.
It's gloob.
It's flubber.
All right, guys, we stayed in a haunted hotel. This was awesome.
It was a really great night. We brought the house down. What can I say?
Honestly, this is normally why I travel light, travel quickly, and camp.
I mean,
There's a lot of stories out there. Like you hang out at the guild, people are swapping stories about all sorts of craziness. And
well, we just created one of our own to tell.
yeah,
So,
one of my first in all of my career. This is one of my first actual stories. So thanks.
you're so welcome. I'm here for you and your adventures. Okay, I just want you to know that.
Sounds great, Ice Knife.
He just kind of grumbles and grabs the reins and yeah.
Okay.
How you doing, Cirrus?
I didn't want to eat.
It was really good.
I don't like that though.
It's very,
I
very
hold up
conflicting.
I hold up my bottle. It was really tasty. I put it back in my
don't
saddlebag.
want that anywhere near me.
But a part of you really does.
That's just not okay.
Where are we going now?
We're on the road to Verulian City.
Oh,
That was out of character.
That was
And-
it was
and-
beautiful.
I
Just
was
the-
like, wait,
And
what?
and a Pokemon reference.
so
That's exactly. I was like, wait a minute, that's a Pokemon thing.
a reminder. You all decided to take the route around the mountains to Kamor
Yep.
and then to Loch Nim.
Right. Kimura is our first stop.
Well, this was our first stop.
Well, yeah, this was.
Isn't Loch Nim the place that you had something to drop off?
Yeah, Loch Nim is my last. I'd say my. I mean, there's other stuff in my bag, but it's my last.
I'm what?
Yeah, it's my last scheduled drop. Anything else can wait indefinitely, but this is my last scheduled drop, and then after that, I think we should. I mean, we could. I've never really been in Loch Nim. I've just been in the outskirts, so.
You've never been in the cavern proper. Loch
Yeah.
Nim is in a massive fuck off cavern.
And
Oh, cool.
I hear it's very, very cool, but I bet there's I mean, Rasati, I bet there's arcanists there or maybe, certain sects of, some kind of cleric or other that might be able to help get a bead on your mom. Like,
I mean,
Any-
I would love to try to scry on her. I don't know what they have capability wise.
well, I mean, like, we've got some coin. We can probably ask around. And honestly, if there's nothing there, there's got to be something at Port Saris. Like, that place is just
maybe
bustle.
do they have an archive or school of a university?
at Port Saris. Are you kidding? There, I
Never
mean,
been.
there are universities there. I mean, the guild hall there. Haven't been all the way through.
Oh.
Like,
How big is Sarah's, Jeff?
It's huge.
Compared
The
to
way-
Walden? How many times the size of Walden is?
Oh man, what did you describe to me? It's like 20 or 30 times the size of Walden, and it's a
like 20
bridge.
times. Yeah.
It is a bridge that is a city. It's overlooking a river. Of course, I couldn't talk to how beautiful the view is, but it certainly sounds wonderful.
Well, Walden is the biggest place I've ever been to. So
Oh, you are in for a treat. There's
This
also
is
this.
going to be such an adventure.
There's this.
So
When we get there, the first place I'm going to take you all is to my favorite cafe. It's just astounding. But first, Loch Nim, and it's a cave that might be pretty rad, and it's under the ground, so like Cirrus, that might be right
Do
up
me
your
a-
alley.
Can you do me a favor? Can while we're heading there, perhaps one of you could let me rest for a little while, and I'm going to put away some of my spells that, like, explodey things.
Oh no, keep
But,
ice knife. No matter.
oh, ice
no
knife
matter
is great.
what.
Yeah, just don't use it when we're
100%.
standing right next
Keep
to
it.
the person.
Keep ice knife.
I just don't know if it like fits my persona, and I seem to keep hurting you all. And I don't know. I gotta flip through my book of tricks here. I don't know. Maybe I got something that's not quite so.
Should have been an evocation wizard.
No, look,
Ice knife.
I don't know. Anyways, I,
It's getting to the point, Rasadi, that we're all friends, and it's very funny, painful but funny.
So, as you were all sitting here, kind of talking amongst yourselves as the sun has started to rise and the veil has started to like bleed out light and it's getting brighter and brighter now. You guys hear heavy hoof falls as a group of people on horseback comes like riding towards you.
Uh-oh.
It appears to be 5 different individuals riding 5 different horses. All of them look varying in size, and as they get closer, you see armaments on them. There's a large creature with a large axe, somebody that looks like they have a staff, other different weapons. You see bows and knives.
It's another adventuring party.
they're coming.
Should we move to the side and let him
Around me?
pass?
I steer the cart to the side of the road, out of the way.
As you do, and they come level with you, they all kind of look over at you for a second before they continue on their way past you.
I just get a general perception check for anything like super interesting.
Sure.
I'm gonna.
That is a 13.
I'm gonna take a whatever gander I can as well.
Sure.
And I got an 18.
Okay. What you see, Rosati, when you kind of like take a look at them, they're obviously in a hurry. They didn't stop to pay attention to you at all, and this is the only set of travelers you've seen all day. And you've probably been on the road for like 2 or 3 hours at this point. Given you were early, this is the only one you've seen, and they seem to be in a rush. Red, which you can kind of feel around, these guys are geared to the teeth. Whereas normally people bring, you guys have like 1, maybe 2 sets of weapon each. Each of these people appear to be carrying like an arsenal with them.
Red goes. She tilts her head again in that, like I'm trying to pay attention way, and goes, "That's a heavy cart. Which way are they going?"
Well, I'd like to make an insight check on them to see if I can tell more about their disposition, whether they're fearful, whether they're determined, what kind of mindset they're in.
Okay.
They really like grape jelly.
16.
So as you're kind of like gauge their mindset as they're running through, you are mostly paying attention to their faces and the expressions they make. You see passing confusion and concern as they pass you all on the road, but mostly you see stress and worry as they're sprinting down the street. Their faces are kind
It
of
doesn't.
pinched.
It doesn't seem necessarily like I can't tell if they're like running from something or running towards something necessarily.
You didn't see
How
any
far are they?
fear or anything. At this point, they're probably like they've probably been galloping for another like 2 minutes.
Maybe
You
say
guys have been gandering at them.
maybe they
But
saw
how far are they?
Maybe 100, 150 feet from you at this point.
maybe they saw the ooze house fall and that was their friend.
Ahoy!
They do not stop. They continue.
Oh, friend. Okay, fine.
Didn't want to talk to you anyways.
Should we? We should just ignore that.
They seem to have their own thing going on.
I'll look over my shoulder. Do I see anything coming down the road behind us?
As you look down the road, you see a Tarask. No,
Oh, cool.
no, you don't see.
A land dragon turtle.
You don't
A
see
baby
it on
one.
the road. There's only actually in this campaign setting. There's only one Tarask.
It's Jerry. That fucker.
There's only one.
Scary.
Spoilers.
Yeah, it exists somewhere. Who knows?
Yeah, I just continue. I pull us back out into the road.
Yeah, you guys
A little
continue on
more.
your way. That was weird. And that's it. You continue on the road. Not much catches your eye. Eventually, the veil light has let you know that it is well and truly daytime at this point. The most peculiar thing is that you still haven't seen anybody else on the road. Which yesterday you saw plenty of people. Today you see no one.
We saw a guy with rocks.
We did see a guy with rocks. You are correct.
The scenery around you has also changed at this point. You've kind of gotten away from a lot of the forests. You can still see the mountain in the distance, but we're mostly in what look like higher wheat fields. The grass is tall, and the plains kind of stretch on. You see hills here and there. Sometimes you rise up them, sometimes you go down, but for the most part, around you are clear green plains.
There isn't any sign of any violence or anything anywhere. I mean, those guys were loaded.
Not that you see. Eventually, in
How
the
about-
distance.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Like, how about like birds and animals and things that we just normally see? Like,
Yeah.
has that stuff changed?
There's still animals. As you're kind of looking around, you can roll nature if you want to.
God damn, that dice sucks too. Nature.
With a 10, you don't know all of the wildlife that you would see out here in the plains. Most of it keeps to itself in the grass for fear of predators above, right? But as you're kind of looking around, you do see the birds, some larger, some smaller, flying around to different places, but that's most of the wildlife that you see.
Fair enough. All right, continue.
So, eventually, as you guys are heading down the road, you start to see buildings in the distance. You don't see a wall, you just see buildings. This city that you're coming to, or this little town, village thing, is situated on the road itself, and the closer you get, the more you see of it. To your left, you see a massive, what appears to be long hall type of structure. Behind it, there's some more buildings that kind of sit off in the field, and to the right of the road, there are a ton of buildings, and this is what you're coming up on.
What is this place?
Yeah, what town is this?
I mean, I assume it's the one on the way.
So Red would know that this is Kamor.
This is. We should probably be getting to Komora soon. If Like, if we're not seeing it already, it should be. in
DM,
the
how's
listing.
that spelled?
Kamor.
This must be like. Oh wait, how much bigger is Kamor than Walden?
It is smaller. Probably
It's
like
small.
half the size. Well, probably like a fourth of the size.
Yeah.
It is
Oh, I see.
significantly smaller. Red, what you know about Kamor is that it is named after an adventurer. The town started after the adventurer founded a bar. And
His name was
it has grown since
Kamor.
that. Her name.
Kamor. Less.
But that's what you know. This person founded a bar, and the town was built. This little village was built around the bar.
So
Ooh,
if
I wanna find
anybody
the bar.
if anybody wants to have some drinks, I've honestly I've never stopped here. I've come through here. I've never stopped here, but the story is that, so if you are, I mean, we're adventuring now. We're having some fun. Maybe we should stop at an adventurer's bar. Maybe we can.
Where's their giant tree?
Not
every town has a giant tree.
What do you mean nobody has a giant tree here?
No, look, this is a town founded on a bar. Walden is founded on a giant tree. When we get to the place where we're going that I just forgot the name of, Loch Nim. When we get to Loch Nim, it's a giant cavern. Like when you get to Port Sierra.
Is there a giant tree in the giant cavern?
I don't think so.
The village I grew up in was where a whole bunch of like little creeks and stuff met and kind of like swirled around weirdly before going off.
Yeah.
So lots of
was there
towns
a-
have features.
And like,
They're all different.
Was there a giant tree there?
No, there was no giant tree. It
And
was in the middle of the
honestly-
woods, but there was no giant tree.
Honestly, Point Ceres is where I call home, but like the place that I grew up, there was honestly nothing of note. No giant trees.
Giant trees
no,
all over
no.
the fucking Feywild.
With-
They were like everywhere.
Well,
With how
Didn't they talk to
knowledgeable,
you?
with how knowledgeable Red is, and perhaps Rosati would know. When he's talking about giant trees, the only other one you can think of resides in Alabaster.
I mean, there's a giant tree in Alabaster, but that's like the seat of magic. So that's like a completely different giant tree than Walden.
I really want to go there someday. Can we go
that
there
sounds-
someday?
I mean,
That sounds cool.
it's fine. Alabaster's fine.
Well, let's stop at this bar. Maybe they could use an entertainer.
I need
Maybe
a
I could
drink,
play a couple of songs, and you guys could have some drinks and relax for a minute.
Yeah,
please.
play us a
That's-
song, Piano Man. Play us a song. for
As
free.
you guys are kind of coming into town having this discussion, eventually you get into the town proper. The first thing to stick out to you is that this left side is a huge building. It doesn't look like a single building. It looks like somebody kept tacking buildings onto the side and then above, right? They look like they just kept adding more to whatever this thing is. It looks like an incredibly long longhouse that stretches maybe a full mile across the road. This singular building. To the right sits all these other wooden houses with archways over and kind of pillars stretching up. And as you're heading through, you see all the signs, right? To the right, each one of these like taller houses is some type of inn. You see headrest. You see the night bird. One is called a twinkling pillow. As you kind of like roll past, the entire right side of the street appears to be inns or places to stay. Right. There are more buildings behind them and more buildings to the side and stuff that appear to be more residential. But for the most part, the whole right side of the street is inns. As you're coming up on the left side, you see a massive hanging red sign with golden print on it that looks faded that just says The Voyage on this massive fucking longhouse. All of the wood is this like kind of walnut colored wood. You smell alcohol and food, like this nice, rich, meaty smell on the wind as you're going through town. And the people here are all either going to the big building or leaving from the big building. There's not much else going on. Eventually, you make it to the center of town, and you can kind of see to the end. You see something that's not inns on the right side. You see something that looks like a shop. It has two separate things with two different entrances, so it's like two buildings that are kind of separated to either side, and in the middle is a glass fixture that has armors and swords and potions and all types of adventuring things in it. The left side has a sign that says "Insquired," and the right side has a sign that says "Need it, have it."
The words you just said sounded like gibberish.
Need it, have
Yeah.
it,
Need it, have it.
and insquired
Yep.
as opposed to inspired.
Yep.
Okay.
Got it.
And that's what you see.
Read it.
At this point, we've kind of reached the peak of the day, and we're getting into the afternoon now.
Anybody have any needs? Because apparently this place will have what you need.
I don't really have any needs.
I
Good
just
Squired.
want to
What that is.
Can we poke our head in Insquired?
Yeah. You guys can definitely head down to the end of the street. And you look at this little Insquired. It's got a nice framed door and then little panels of glass on the top, right? As you open the door to look in, you hear a bell above you ding. And eventually, what rushes to the counter looks like a little white kobold.
Oh.
You can't tell what gender, but it kind of like walks up and stands on a stool as it peers out over a counter at you with just like hands sitting on the counter, just kind of drumming.
Greetings, little me.
It just
Get it?
smiles. At you.
Because we both look. It never mind.
As you're kind of peeking in and like looking around the store now, you see to the right there are like different styles of armor. You see like full plate mails there. You see like actual mail. You see leathers to the left of that. On the other side of the shop, you see all manner of weaponry.
Wow. So this is like a weapons store. An armor. Do you talk?
You see as you ask if this creature talks, you watch as it opens its maw, almost like it's unhinged, and there's no tongue there.
Oh.
And then
Oh,
it closes its mouth.
wow.
Okay.
Well, we're new to town. We were just curious what Insquired was all about. This is beautiful stuff.
You watch as he kind of like dips below, or it kind of dips below the counter, and the next thing you know, it kind of walks out from the side of the shop holding a large mace and kind of like waving it around in front of you
Okay.
before he tosses it back to the side towards the shelf.
Do you have anything for like magically inclined people?
It kind of tilts its head to the side and then walks back off towards that side and comes back with what looks like just a stick, like a gnarled stick.
Nice stick. Is it a nice stick?
It looks like a nice stick.
It's a nice stick.
I cast Identify on the stick.
As a spell or as a ritual?
Ritual.
Okay,
Oh,
so
geez, that takes 11 minutes.
as you sit there and kind of like stare at the
stick.
staff, this creature is holding it and looking at you, holding the stick.
My name is Cirrus. This is Red, Risati,
Hey.
and Tilvius.
With its other hand, it kind of waves at you.
He can't speak, so this is why I'm doing this.
I'm wearing just some normal leathers. Do you have anything that would be nice and flexible like this, but maybe a little bit more protection? And
As it's holding the staff here, it kind of looks up at Rosati and then looks towards the corner with all the armor and just points.
Do you have anything that would?
Red goes like this.
I'll help you look, Red.
Thanks.
I'll,
Do you have
I'll
anything
trot
that
her-
would fit my
trot her
little
over
friend
that
here?
direction. Oh, Kevin.
You watch as this small little thing kind of tilts its head sideways. Its eyes are looking up towards the ceiling. And then it tilts its head back, and it holds up a finger like this.
One
Or maybe
One word. One
Wait
word. How
until
many
Risati's
syllables?
done.
Stomp twice for me. Timmy's in the well.
2 syllables. Okay. 1 word, 2 syllables. Sounds like.
Anyway, I'm over in the corner indicated. I asked Red, as you're just wearing regular leathers, would you like something in a studded leather, perhaps? Or
Yeah.
that might give you a little bit more protection.
Yeah.
Still very lightweight and flexible. That's what I'm wearing.
Yeah. Maybe something like that.
So as you kind of head over and you're looking towards the leather,
Hard to
you
find
do
stuff in my size.
you see a rack sitting on the wall. On it, you see kind of like the same leather armors that you have in different styles. Some of them have like furs on them. To the right of those, you see some that have like pieces of metal indented into them. Some with like pauldrons coming off of them. Different styles of leather. Below this, kind of like closer to the ground, you see armors encased in like glass enclosures that look like they need to be opened, and they look fancier than normal, but you can't glean much beyond that. They don't have tags or anything on them.
Right.
Hey, Tilvius,
Yeah.
do you read magical glyphs or anything like that? Can you see if these ones that are, protected or...
No, not
Nice.
really. I never really learned that. I bet Risati could, but
he seems busy.
yeah, he's going to be busy for a while.
Pretty intently.
Well, if you want to feel any of these leathers up here, see if anything might be your style.
Yeah, it's just, light and good. I don't really know how much any of this would cost. I don't have a whole chunk of change on me. I've got, money waiting for me at Locknam, so I gave my cut of our job to Kevin.
That's right.
That's right. Kevin has hella money.
I don't know.
So-
Kevin doesn't like me very much, so I figured I could kind of bribe him.
Eventually, at the end of these 10 minutes, Rosati, what you see when you cast Identify is you don't hear a voice, which is a little abnormal. Instead, what you see is an elf. Your vision kind of blurs and goes white, and what you see is an elf singing to a tree. And eventually, from this tree, over like so much time, as this kind of is like flashback speeding through in your mind, this staff kind of grows out of this tree until it falls forward onto the ground, and this elfish creature picks it up, and then your vision blurs out.
But I don't gain any kind of like.
You can tell it's magical, but what it does, not so much. You also get the feeling that this has never been used.
I have a pretty generic staff. Like
As you kind of finish
I'd
this,
use more of a spell book. But
as you kind of finish this and are looking at it, the small creature in front of you goes to like tug the staff with you towards the counter.
hold on. Did he let me touch the staff?
Yeah.
So, like, if I'm holding it, like very very low level.
You're
Can't hear you.
breaking out.
How about now?
Yeah, you're good.
Is that better? Sorry. I just hold out the staff and I cast light.
Yeah.
Does anything feel different when I like hold the staff and cast the spell?
Not particularly with light. What are you targeting with it? Like, what are you trying to light up?
Like, is there? I don't. What does it look like in here? Like, is there sconces? Is there vaulted ceiling? Like,
It looks like in between some of the display racks, there are torches lit up, and that's where a lot of the light is coming from. But there's nothing on the ceiling.
I turn and cast light on whatever armor that
Yeah.
Red is looking at.
As you do, normally you have to focus your magic through something. You definitely feel your magic flow from your hand into the staff and out of the staff.
How much do you want for this?
As you say that, he continues to try to tug you over to the counter.
Want me to come over to the counter? Okay.
Slow nod. As
walk
you
over
do,
to the
and
counter.
you end up over at the counter, eventually the little kobold takes this staff and places it on top of the counter. And then you see a little slip of paper appear. Elven Sung, and this piece of paper reads, Elven Sung Tree Staff. Assists with casting of spells.
Okay. What's the cost?
So the cost at the bottom says 1,200.
Okay. You can just have that back.
Kind of cocks
Sorry to waste your time, fella.
cocks its head sideways at you, and the smile kind of disappears to a frown. Picks it up and walks off.
Unless you're open to negotiation.
Kind of waves it back towards you as he continues to walk off.
Yeah, I don't think we'd be able to negotiate anything
No,
that we could still afford.
We don't have that kind of money.
What about our charades?
And so eventually he gets back and he kind of disappears towards the back. There's a little small door towards the back, and he disappears behind it for a minute. Before he comes back, and he has what looks like a thumbtack to you, like just a small metal toothpick is what it appears to be. As he sets it on the table, it comes back, metal toothpick.
Metal tooth. What a great weapon.
It does say 1 gold on it, on the sheet that comes back.
Kevin, you want this?
And Kevin gestures with his empty hands.
I don't know, Kevin. I'll take it.
Pushes the metal toothpick towards you.
Can you break a platinum?
If he breaks that platinum, you're gonna get so much copper.
Yeah, can you exchange this platinum
So,
for coppers?
What happens is this creature takes the platinum and returns it back to you in gold, right? Your change is in gold, and leaves it on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Do you take it?
Yes.
Yeah, so you take it, and nothing immediately happens. You kind of stash your money and put it away back in your little pouch, wherever you keep your money pouch, and then it feels so fucking heavy. Dear fucking God.
What? No. Hmm. I pull out a copper.
Yeah, you got plenty.
There's a lot of these in here now. Like a lot.
He watches this poor little kobold just cocks its head at you again.
That's 900 copper, isn't it?
There's a lot of these. I just start pulling. Why are there so? What happened? What?
As you slowly dump 900 copper out, there's just this look, this befuddled, confused look on this poor kobold's face.
Does
Excuse me.
anybody? Boy. Anybody know what to make of this?
You don't? It happened in your pouch.
It's a lot of copper there, Cirrus.
Yeah, but I put a gold. I put 9 gold in there.
Now,
But now there are a lot of these little copper ones.
looks like you got an exchange there, friend.
All right, nobody thinks that's unusual. Okay, fine.
It's pretty unusual.
I mean, it's very unusual.
On the bright side, as Kevin has his little thumbtack over there, he's cracking up. He loves this. The fact that you dumped all of this copper out and are now putting it back, he's having a great time.
Don't mock me, Kevin. I just bought you a gift.
You see anger twinkling in the distance. Kevin seems to know that Kevin got a lot of money off that last one. Kevin's under the impression that he paid for his own thumbtack.
Oh no, it came out of my money though. I bought it for you.
Kevin looks for his fucking coin bag. Not sure where the fuck that
Well,
went.
I hold them for you. You obviously can't carry a bunch of money. You're tiny.
Gestures towards the 900 copper pieces. Alright, what is everybody else doing in this fucking store?
I was just helping Red look for if there's anything she liked.
I already can't afford the staff, so I'm not doing anything. Just waiting.
All right.
Most of the stuff's comparable.
Yeah. All right.
She's pretty utilitarian. She'll wait till she has coin to drop on something exceptional.
As you all kind of head out, the little kobold waves at you.
Goodbye, friend. It was nice to meet you.
Yes, thank you.
So now you're back outside. The veil is slowly dying out more and more.
Well, should
As
we head
you
to the
see-
voyage?
You see more people on the road than there were before. Mostly heading to the voyage.
I'm
Head
sure
to the
if
voyage,
we-
get some dinner and some drinks, and maybe they'll have a stage for a little entertainment.
and maybe
I'm totally
we'll
down.
hear some stories about whatever it is we just came from.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll find out why those people were armed for bear, because that seemed pretty strange.
Maybe they will be at the bar.
They were going away from the town.
Oh, I thought they were coming to town.
Weren't they going away from the town?
We were heading towards town, and they were coming away from town.
Yeah,
This town.
this town.
Oh, I thought they passed us going this direction. My apologies. Anywho,
Yeah. So you guys head your way over to the voyage. This it's such a strange design because the initial piece looks very well made, and the windows look more like portholes than actual windows. But as the pieces were added on, you can tell that the craftsmanship gets better and better, and they look fancier. Especially what looks like the second floor looks much finer made than this initial piece of architecture before you. As you open up the door, you see 3 different doorways, one in front of you, 2 to the side, and a kind of square counter in front of you with this half elf sitting at it. He's a lot shorter than a normal elf, and he kind of looks up from his page. What can I do for you?
Well, we were hoping to maybe get some food, some drink, and I was wondering if you had any need for any entertainment at this establishment tonight.
You're free to play. Where would you like to be seated?
What are our
What are our
have you-
options?
Have you been here before?
No.
Well, you have multiple options. You can be seated in the bar area that is more rowdy.
Could be fun.
You could be seated in the tables and booths to the side that are open to entertainment and other people. It is worth noting all weapons must be left here and under strict guard before you enter the premises. We don't allow weapons here, mostly because we allow fighting, and weapons would complicate the matters.
Red, would that be okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I know you don't like people touching your stuff. So.
the final option is
Oh.
private
Well, I
seating.
mean,
I have a question. Sir. What kind of food do you serve?
What kind of food would you like? We have many things on display.
Like, is it normal food? Or is
It's
it
probably not
haunted?
gelatin.
Is it haunted gelatin?
You see him squint his eyes. What?
I mean, did you not know that like half a day away was a haunted gelatin serving establishment?
I pull out the bottle and shake it.
Oh, eventually, I understand. Haha.
What?
Funny.
No, not a joke, dude.
Haha.
Okay. Normal food. Okay, good. Normal food. Also, there's no other sort of hauntedness or. Is this place safe?
I believe there are some undead tonight, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Oh, like. I don't think I've ever met any undead.
That normal individuals.
Oh, okay. Is there like anything you shouldn't say? It's like, don't, because it would be rude.
I've never tested. Not that I know of. Try to be polite if you.
Are they like
to
all
be?
are they all rotted?
No.
Are they skeletons?
No.
Okay. Are they undead dragonborn?
I don't think so. You're the first dragonborn we've had in likely in 2 months.
Do you get more undead or dragonborn?
Undead.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, Cirrus, to be fair, you're the first Dragonborn I've had the pleasure of having company with for more than.
Have
like,
you met undead people?
me? Yeah, I've delivered to some.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. The smell's different.
Interesting. Wow. Is it like good? Is it good? Is it good to be undead? Should I be undead?
I think it
I
just.
don't
I think
know.
it just is.
Because if you're undead, then you can't die, right?
But you're not alive.
No, you can definitely die if you're undead.
I really feel like I should get all these questions answered before I meet an undead person.
You could always ask.
An
probably
undead-
did it all
no,
the time.
I'm saying that I think that would be rude.
Well, just
Look,
I mean,
what-
Do you have a book? Do you have a book on undead people?
Why
I-
don't
I
we just
do
take
not.
you in there
let's get table seating.
Find
it's not-
you
it's
an
not like
undead person and like let you talk to him. You can ask
No,
all
it's
these
not.
questions.
It's not an undead person's responsibility to educate me about undead people.
Now, if
Like,
we
it's an undue burden on them. I can teach myself. Like, I just need to read.
Our establishment does not have any books. I don't believe there are any books in the city, really.
Okay, well, I'll just be very careful.
Right. Private table or public?
Could we work out a
But if
deal
it-
where I perform in exchange for food for us?
You could certainly try to perform. There is no stage. Most of the time, there is some type of music being thrown about.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, well, let's go take. We'll take a booth.
So, a public table or booth? Okay.
Booth sounds well. I'll sit at the end.
So, for the photo review, for seating, for a public booth, that will be 2 gold.
Total.
Damn,
Yep.
pay him in copper,
How many copper? Yes.
copper.
that's
200.
20. I thought it was
Alright,
two.
wha-
Oh my god!
Because it's 10
200.
per silver and then 10 per gold.
Oh my god!
1, 2, 3, 4.
This half elf you watch as his eye twitches. That's the only response that he gives is he's trying to hold it together.
12. Did I count out?
Yeah.
What was the
200 copper.
The eye twitch just gets worse as it goes on until you get to 200, and he just kind of like takes it and slides it all until it falls onto the floor on the other side of the counter.
You have a great night. Which way to our seats?
You see him, deep breath, this way, as he walks through the center door into this area. And it kind of like saloon door opens and then closes as you're expected to follow.
And I'm sorry, I misunderstood part of the stuff. Do we have to leave our stuff?
Leave weapons, is what he asked.
Oh, well. She continues to walk with her walking stick, tapping it on
Yeah.
Did everybody else leave their stuff? Oh shit. Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't really have any weapons, so
Okay.
Mostly,
So
yeah.
while he
Two
was-
short swords, a short bow, and a dagger.
while you were counting out 200 fucking copper pieces, a half orc would have came through collecting everyone's weapons. And if you were curious, she would have walked off towards one of the side doors and shown you that they were stashing everything in a room, and that she's the one that stands guard in front of this door. She looks big and beefy.
Do I need to roll anything since I'm not relinquishing something that I know is a
You
weapon?
can, but I already rolled against you, and I don't think it's gonna matter.
You're fine.
I mean, I could totally beef it. That might be funny.
If you want to roll it, yeah.
Hey, I like leaving things up to the whim of. Not the best. 11?
Yeah. It is quite literally impossible for you to roll worse than I rolled.
Oh, okay.
DM.
Yeah, what's up?
So as we leave our stuff,
Hand it off.
whatever
to us.
particular. Oh, okay.
Just weapons. They don't mind that we have our bags with us.
Yeah.
Never mind. Then I'm not going to do what I was going to do.
Okay. She would have eyed your bag, Red, but wouldn't have done anything about it. So yeah, eventually this half elf kind of walks through these
Hey,
doors.
hang on, I
and
forgot. Kevin, give them your weapon.
Metal toothpick.
So you watch as this half orc is kind of like grabbing everybody's stuff and putting it in the room, and eventually Kevin flies up. She kind of recoils backwards as he drops this little thumbtack on it, and you watch as just face to head she turns back towards the room to put it inside.
Thanks, Kevin. I know that was hard.
You're the best.
If you guys have
Dejected
any questions about,
Twinkling.
chill, Kevin. It's okay. You'll get it back. We don't even know how to use it yet.
Oh my god.
If you guys have any questions about Dragonborn, because like I didn't know that we were so rare. Like you can ask me.
So at this point, this poor half elf that you dump 200 copper coins on has disappeared through these like double doors that swing open like saloon style.
Yeah, let's follow. Let's walk and talk. Walk
He
and
is
talk.
asked to
Yeah,
buy
no,
a
we're
dragon
walking.
board.
We're walking and talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you kind of head through these doors and they open up, the smell is the first thing that hits you. It smells like booze and BO. It is not a good smell. It is an affront to the nostril. Inside, you see a long bar with many people sitting at it, most of them drinking and turned to face the other way. And as you look out into the middle of the room, there are at least 8 different bar fights going on. Large and small creatures alike just duking it out with each other. You are now understanding what the gentleman meant about flinging songs at each other. You see what you would assume are similarly inclined people with instruments shouting at each other, and other people holding their ears. The magically inclined probably are doing pretty well in here.
This is chaotic.
As the little half elf is kind of kept to the side and is beckoning you forward. You kind of like turn to follow as this chaos is happening inside of the bar area, and eventually he walks you over to a little booth in the corner that's just kind of cut out into the wall. That same like walnut styled wood. Your server will be with you momentarily. If you need anything, feel free to ask them. They'll be coming with our specific drink menu in just a minute. And he walks off
Thank you very much.
quickly to disappear from the room.
Thank you.
I kind of just sit on my haunches at the end of the table because I'm not going to fit in a booth, and I'll try not to be sticking out too badly.
Okay.
Well, this place is just so interesting.
It's pretty bonkers.
It's violent.
There's like 8 fights going on in here. This is crazy.
not
This is kind of
A couple of them have
where
wrapped
we're
up.
seated is a little bit more quiet than out in the middle of the ruckus, though.
Yeah, the room is rather large, and most of the fighting is going on in the middle, almost like there's a mosh pit in the middle, kind of away from the bar area and kind of away from like this table seating and booth seating where you're at. And you do see like mixed among them are large. There's 2 large Goliaths in the room that are just kind of walking around looking at people.
And the
Bouncers.
floor's covered in wet peanuts.
Well,
Do I see any side betting going on with the fights?
roll perception.
Well, yeah.
Oh, nice. 17.
Yeah, with a 17, as you're kind of looking around, you look over and you see this like small gnome sitting at a table with a hat in front of him, and people keep coming by to drop money in the hat, and then this little individual writes something down in front of him.
Hey, Sirius.
Hey, Red.
Oh,
Red.
wait. Yeah, what? What?
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Rasati. What's going on?
There's a lot of betting going on in here
Yeah.
with the fights that are going on.
Yeah, I can hear the fights for sure.
Yeah. Do you hear the coin? Do you hear that?
There's a lot of coin moving here,
There's a
man.
lot of coin. How do you feel about entering?
You mean to fight?
Yeah.
I can't draw. I can't draw in here.
I mean,
Look at these.
it's a
Did you-
walking stick, though.
Look at
It's a walking
these. She
stick.
holds up her arms. Look at these. This is.
You don't see muscle. It
There's-
looks lean, but you don't see muscle.
You're so
sticking out.
fast. You're
I'm-
so fast.
I'm fast with a stick, but listen, or look. How many people here do you see getting hit with sticks, and how many people do you see here getting punched and kicked?
As you kind of look around, everybody's getting punched in the face.
This is a punching game, and I know where I'm good, and I know where I'm not, and I'm not gonna bring a fist this small to that type of fight.
And I say, and I mean, I've got these, and I lift up one of my hooves. I was like, but that doesn't quite seem fair for fists.
I mean, that's pretty rad. I think that would be fine.
I think that would be phenomenal.
No, that's not my kind of scene.
Now
It's
check.
really funny that you say this wouldn't be fair as you watch a Kenku start pecking at someone.
All right, but still, it's not my scene.
So, check this out, Cirrus.
Yeah.
Scope this out. How many people in here that you can see are Dragonborn?
DM.
None.
Just you, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now check this out. How many centaurs in here?
DM.
Roll perception. I'm gonna roll
Okay.
too, actually.
Perception.
My perception is 22.
19.
You notice Tilvius first, and then on the far
One.
side, sitting in one of the booths, is another centaur.
There's
Two.
there's two.
There are
yeah.
two.
I clocked the
Or two.
hooves.
Ah.
All right.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Now,
Less pretty.
how many demis are in here?
Quite a few.
What's a demi? Josh is asking.
I'm a demi.
Part animal.
Oh, gotcha.
Now,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
how many demis with these? And she points at her fox ears.
You don't see any of those.
0. Are those? Is that special? Must be.
Well, I don't know from special, but I do know I've met more Dragonborn than you, and I have never seen another of mine.
Well, you're doing that joke that you do sometimes.
What do you mean?
Well, you don't. You
Oh,
don't see
right,
it.
seen, right. Okay, yeah. I've never met. I've never met a fox demi other than me.
What
Apparently,
about your
apparently-
parents? What about
no,
your
I've
parents?
never met him.
Never met your parents?
No,
Really?
never met.
That's sad.
I don't. I mean,
Yeah,
How
met
would you
them.
know, right?
Seems-
All right.
whatever
about-
seems fine to
What
me.
about your grandparents?
Never met them either.
Aunts, uncles?
No, no family.
Got any siblings?
Not that I know of.
Literally terrible.
Who raised you?
Eventually, as you're kind of like having this discussion, you watch as this like wearing that same fancy type of shirt, almost like a tuxedo style thing. Another individual walks up to you. This one has red skin, and instead of hair, they have kind of like a fiery afro sticking up from their head.
Oh, neat.
Oh, fire genasi.
They walk up to you and go, "What can I get you?" This is the menu. As he sticks it down in front of you.
What's on it?
On this menu, you only see what look like drinks.
That's what you sent.
Oh, wow.
He
What did you
continues
send? Where is it?
in Discord.
Discord.
Those are our specialty drinks. Anything else you would like made, we likely know how to make it. So whatever you would like, feel free to order. If you have pricing questions, feel free to ask me.
What's a death's touch and why is it different? Why is it at the bottom?
It's expensive. You should try it.
How expensive?
And you see him, his like grin kind of expands into a smile.
What? Insight.
Yeah, go for it.
Me too. I'm curious.
Natural 20, maybe 23.
Only 12 for me.
Woo, let's go.
Okay.
I know everything about this man.
All.
So you can tell.
You can tell he has
The
two wangs.
12 gets you that he would rather you order it, but you're not 100% sure why, right? The Nat 20 tells you that he doesn't have the most fun with this job. It pays relatively well, probably due to what he has to deal with on a daily basis. But it's not very fun. It's fun when people order this.
Is it fun for the people who order it? or
No,
just
no,
you?
probably not. You get the vibe that this is not like he's not enjoying it because it tastes good for you.
Oh no, I'm gonna ask him that.
Oh.
Having intuited that it's fun for him, I'm just gonna say, is it fun for the people who drink it or just you?
Most people don't get up the next morning. It takes them a while to recover. I'm told it's quite the experience.
I'll Cirrus, let's.
You think no? Well, how much is
I'll
it?
say.
How much is it?
You see, he kind of like turns his head up, and I believe it's 5 gold for that.
Damn, that's an expensive
That's
drink,
expensive
friend.
for a drink. Yeah.
That is expensive. For
It is the
Is
most
it-
expensive one on the menu.
Does it? Wow.
Ooh, what's Le Fay? That sounds interesting.
Don't.
I'm told it's a surprise to the taste buds.
Well, no, there's another one called Surprise.
So that one is
That one's
alchemical
actually quite predictable.
that one is alchemical surprise. For some reason,
Oh, I see.
it spaced over.
I'll have the toxic dragonfly, please.
You see, pulls out a little notepad, jots down on it. Certainly.
I'll try an elemental brew.
Jots more down.
Well, what's
Red, do you want anything?
Can I get a fire water and a coffee?
I don't see coffee.
He gives you a look when you say coffee, but he jots it down. Not that you could tell.
Not that I tell.
Not that you
There's
know.
I register a pause in the writing.
Yeah, there is a pause in the right.
Red goes,
Like a
if
what
you
the
don't
fuck?"
have coffee, I don't want it.
We have coffee.
Okay. Don't want you to make up coffee.
No.
How much for
no.
a honeyed method?
He looks at you. Are you the one that paid with copper?
Yes.
A gold, preferably not in copper.
I don't have gold.
I'll take care of his tab tonight.
You see that there is a.
You're taking care of my
shared-
tabs? Shit, I'll take a death touch then.
No.
You watch as he
No.
instantly jots down.
Oh, Cirrus.
You know what? Cirrus, just to see what happens to you, I'll pay for your drink.
Kevin, what do you want? Do you want a death touch?
So, Kevin looks over the menu, and he points at the buffet.
I'll take a sip of that too, Kevin, if you don't mind. We can,
Okay. We'll get one.
because I'm curious what that is.
We'll get
You can
one.
try some of my elemental.
Okay. So you get done with that, and he looks at you and goes, food for anyone?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So on the cook's schedule today, pheasant, baked pheasant. There's tiger fish, roasted chicken, cabbage, other fruits. We have stag and lobster.
I'm sorry, did you say cabbage and other fruits?
Yeah, he did.
That is what I said.
I'll have the baked chicken, please.
I'll have pheasant. That'll bring me back.
Stag.
Yeah. Sure, I'll have pheasant.
I thought you would go for the other fruits myself.
You definitely
It
should.
is exotic.
He enunciates the last of it with a dot on the paper. Anything else?
No, I think
do
that'll
it.
be plenty for now.
and he walks off. On his way out, you watch as he flashes his hand out towards the center of the room, and multiple people are engulfed in fire as he kind of turns around one of the corners.
Like just for shits and giggles? That's awesome.
Got awfully warm in here for a moment.
Yeah, he just set some people on fire in the middle of the room.
There was a fire.
There's fire.
There's fire.
Also, cabbage is the
It's
best
everywhere.
fruit. Okay, cabbage could be a fruit in my world. All right, you don't know.
Hey, you know what? You do you, friend.
It's mostly for legal reasons.
Well, I mean,
So-
also it depends on where the comma is.
At this point, as you guys are kind of like taking a second to look around, you've stopped chatting. You do notice that like betting ring that's over in the corner. By that betting ring to the far right of the room, in like the back corner, you see people rolling dice and with cards on a table.
Ooh.
Divination wizard just went. "Brr."
So that's what you have while you're waiting.
Well, as soon as I get my drink, I think I'm gonna go try my hand at some games of chance in the corner.
I'm going
If
to.
anyone wishes to join me,
I'm
I
gonna
could watch. I don't really feel like playing though.
I mean that's fine.
What were you saying, Red?
Oh, I was just gonna say when my drink and food come, I'm going to enjoy them. I don't normally take chances, and I've taken a lot lately. I'm gonna slow down a little bit.
My whole thing is like, I have to experience as much of the world before I can go home. So
Is that why you ate the goo?
No,
That's why I ate the goo.
I feel like this is a sensitive subject, and perhaps Cirrus doesn't want to talk about it anymore.
there was a head in that goo.
It was pretty gross. That's why I
felt
dropped
like
the
someone
house.
was looking at me.
Oh, you probably couldn't see that there was a head in the goo. There was a head in the goo.
I believe it.
It had real long, pointy ears.
Oh yeah.
Real long.
Extra long.
Extra long.
Like Fey long?
Like extra long. I've never seen ears that pointy before.
All right. Like more than goblin pointy.
Yes, DM?
Sure.
Yeah.
Have you seen a lot of goblins?
I don't know. How
Come
common
on.
are goblins?
In the
You
Feywild,
saw the two where, at the place where I worked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, no, he wasn't there.
Right.
He
Longer
wasn't
than
there. So
Also,
longer than-
fair again.
longer than Tilvius's ears. He's got some Fey blood.
Yeah, I got regular elf looking ears.
Yeah, I don't know if they were longer than Tilvius's ears.
Well, you don't know how long goblin ears are specifically. Probably.
Okay. Yeah, no, actually, I don't think I've ever seen a goblin.
So wait, why do you have to go experience the world when you were just out of the world for so long? Like you were in the Feywild, isn't that experience? What do you have to do?
It's like a ritual of. It's like a coming of age thing where you have to go out into the world and see.
Oh, that's neat.
And you can come home when you have experienced enough. And yeah, I spent like ages in the Feywild and saw a bunch of fucked up stuff, but I guess that wasn't enough.
This is like a cultural thing.
Yeah. It's
Oh, okay.
what. So at least it's what we do in my tree.
Right.
So, as you're sitting here talking about the tree, eventually this individual comes back, and this fire genasi comes back and sets a bunch of food on your table. And as he does, you watch as he sears the top of each of them as they come past. He kind of waves his hand over it, sets the pheasants down on the table, the thing of chicken and the stag down in front of everybody, and then he walks off again with the tray clutched to his side. Right back.
And
Didn't bring any silverware.
There was some silverware at the table. To be fair,
I hate it when the server brings the food before the silverware. You sit there and look at the food and you don't know what to do.
I'll pass out the silverware.
well,
Here you
to
go.
be fair,
Here you go.
given this place, it wouldn't be that far out of the ordinary to expect you to just eat it with your hands. You know.
I know, but I was making observational humor.
so, Tilvius, your goals and Sirius's goals are pretty much aligned. Just experience as much stuff as out there.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds great.
So, about a minute later, he walks back again with a tray and a bunch of drinks on top of it. He goes to set them down in front of you. In front of Rosati is this bubbling concoction of a mix of green and purple gradients going down the cup, and inside are what look like dragonfly wings. The special part about that is as the bubbles rise and the inflections through the cup, you see what look like them twitch, almost as if they're still in flight. So that's what you get. In front of
the craziest looking drink ever.
In front of Tilvius is a drink where it's gradients of the different elementals. So you see rocks kind of at the bottom that kind of bubble and mold, and then above that you see fire burning up, creating this bubbly effect on the water, almost as if the water is evaporating, and then on top you see what looks like steam kind of flowing over the cup, giving it this frothy air to it.
Neat.
In front of Red, there is a small little coffee cup containing, the rest of you just see a black liquid. It's still on top and just looks like a black liquid. The other one looks exactly what you would expect. It looks like water with a fire burning on top of it. Just exactly what you expect.
That water is on fire.
That is literally what it looks like. Kevin's is the most probably straightforward besides the fire water. It is just a purple and green mixture of swirling colors inside of it. You see what look like little lights blinking in and out as it sits in front of them. And then in front of Cirrus is a pure dark, what looks like it's eating the light away from the rest of the room, black, with little swirls of white that you see blink in and out and in and out. The
Oh boy, Sirius.
the smell of this is overpowering the rest of the drinks at the table, to the point where everybody smells this just pungent, decaying odor. Those of you that were there for the malady, it smells eerily similar.
Gross. Are you sure about this, Sirius?
Is the server still here?
Yeah.
Is this legal?
Here? Yes.
Is it safe?
No.
Why would you serve it if it's not safe?
It's fun.
It's an adventure.
People get it because they want to see what it does.
How much is it? Liquid wise? Is this a
It's like a pint.
this is a pint?
It's like a pint. Yeah.
Oh shit!
I feel like this is a shot. This should be a shot.
it's a
Are you
pint.
sure this is a pint?
It's like, yeah.
Oh my lord. Well, this is offending everyone around here, so
I walk up behind Sirius as he's lifting his glass, and I lean in and I whisper in his ear, "You got this, friend. I'm here for your experience." And I just tap him on the shoulder.
And I do that, and I give him a bardic inspiration dice just in case he needs to make a saving throw.
I don't know how helpful that action is, but
is it warm
What I
or
got.
cold?
To the touch, it's like bone cold through the glass.
Well, that's
like
fine.
it is freezing your hand through the
I
glass.
like that. I
Yeah.
like cold things. I was
Oh
gonna make
yeah,
it
you're a
cold.
white dragon. Go for it.
All right. Probably help with the taste.
You see the barkeep. So if that's all, anything else?
We might want some dessert afterward, but we're good for now.
Enjoy. As he turns off and walks away. One of the people, as you are all looking at Sirius has this weird expression on his face. As the Genasi walks away, one of the people that had been scorched originally kind of looks at him, and they all kind of back away a little bit as he's coming through this time. Sirius, maybe a con save.
Add 1d6 to it if you want, if you need to.
Yeah.
Probably will. That's 15 plus a d6. Roll, baby. 17 total.
17 total.
Wait, no. 20 total.
20 total.
Because 15 plus 3 is my natural, because I have that, and then plus 2. So 18 total. Or 20 total.
Okay. Okay. As you take a drink,
Kill me, bitch.
so you are going to take 17 points of poison damage.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
God damn.
Fortunately,
Oh.
as you take this drink and you down it, it works through your system. It burns. You've never felt like the cold burn before. Normally, you're very happy with it to be cold.
So it wasn't cold damage, because I have resistance
No.
to cold damage.
It
That would have been convenient.
It was poison damage. You feel this, and you feel your entire body start to seize. But the worst part about this is you like the taste. It almost tastes like this strange concoction of like life. There's no real good way to describe it. It doesn't have an analogy to another taste. It is brand new, but it's not bad. It's surprisingly good. If it
so
weren't for the
good.
part where it felt like your entire body wanted to shut down, and
Did it
the
seem
part,
alcoholic?
yeah, yeah.
DM,
It
is there
definitely felt alcoholic?
is there any remnants of the drink left in his cup?
Yeah, you didn't down the whole thing, did you?
Yes.
Oh, you wanted to down the whole fucking thing? Okay. Shit.
You can't do more damage to me. I will die.
Okay, what I'm gonna say is instead of more damage, just make me another con save.
You don't have another d6 on this, my friend. You used it.
I don't want to tell you the number.
How's that natural one?
So you all watch as Sirius, like initially as he downs it, his face kind of like scrunches up, and then he goes to like hug his insides, and then there's a pause, and like confusion passes over the face. There's a lot of emotions that pass through, and then there's a smile, and then he's stuck like that. You are currently paralyzed.
Cirrus.
Josh has to blink. But yes.
Is he dead? Or
Hello? Cirrus?
I hear his heart beating still, I think.
I've seen this before.
Do I have
Yeah.
thoughts?
Yeah, you're just paralyzed.
Yeah, you're just paralyzed.
Just can't move.
Okay.
I think he
Worth
might be
noting.
paralyzed.
Worth noting, Kevin is rolling around on the table
With joy?
with laughter. Yeah.
Kevin, just look. Kevin. Oh,
Hey, Kevin is laughing and is still here, so I'm assuming he's
Mirthful
okay.
twinkling. There you go.
Mirthful.
Wow.
If Kevin's okay,
That's
I'm
a thing.
assuming Cirrus is okay, right? Because Kevin would be gone if Cirrus was
Just
gone.
currently paralyzed right now, it would seem.
All right. And I just hold up my drink. To adventure! And I just down the whole thing.
Clink.
So, as you reach it up and you down the whole thing, make a con save.
Same.
Your initial drink is remarkable because each one of the different gradients of this drink all flow at the same time. So you get a taste of like 4 different drinks, each with like earthy tones from the earth and this like hot burning sensation that's immediately cooled over by like the water above it, and then the air lends like this frothy undercurrent to the whole thing. As you down all of it, that kind of blends and merges together, and you miss a lot of the different hints of each of the 4 drinks that were combined into this one thing. But it was good. It leaves you feeling satisfied, and that aftercurrent, that frothiness from the air kind of like fills your mouth and you feel tingly on your tongue. What'd you get?
I rolled a 19 for my con save.
So you definitely feel the alcohol in your system after that. You have no idea what alcohol it was or how the hell they got it into that, but there was quite a bit, and you feel it, but it's not impairing you.
Woo!
I got
This
a,
That
place has
looked
some interesting
magical.
stuff.
I got a 17 on my con save.
What are you drinking over there?
The firewater?
Okay. Are you drinking the whole thing, or are you like taking sips?
No, I'm taking sips.
Okay.
I'm also drinking the coffee.
As
Coffee's
you,
probably going to need its own con save.
yeah. Go ahead and make 2 con saves.
Okay, the first one was 17. The second one is the second one is 17.
Okay.
I rolled 2 12s.
As you drink the first one, this like fire water. Did anybody warn him that like there was fire on the?
I can feel the
glass?
heat.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you don't actually.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, they did say it was on fire.
Yeah, they did say it was on fire, but you don't.
Oh,
feel
yeah,
the heat
we
from
mentioned it was on fire.
So I guess
You might wanna.
I do the thing. There's a terrible drink that when I got drunk for the first time, when I was 28 years old, and I told my friend Double Dangerous Dave Brandon that it was time for me
Double
to drink.
dangerous.
He was like, "Oh yeah, it is," and he proceeded to destroy me. And we went to this dive bar, and I got something called a vapor lock, which was blue, and apparently had some sort of jet fuel in it because they lit it on fire, and what you did was put your hand over it, and then it would go out and suction to your hand, thus a vapor lock, and then you would open it, drink it as fast as you could, put your hand back down, and then stick a straw through your fingers and breathe in the alcohol fumes. I'm assuming that this is that same thing, or something like it. So Red puts her hand over it to make the fire go out.
So that does work.
Don't drink a vapor lock. It is a bad idea to drink one, let alone 2.
So-
Don't do it.
As you do kind of stick your hand over it and you take it off, the fire does disappear, except it like bled down into the glass, right? So now there's this like bubbly concoction going on inside the glass as you reach it up and take a drink, and you get the texture of bubbles more than the texture of drink, and it's not like an affront. You were expecting when you ordered fire water for it to taste just awful, like just fire going down your throat. That's not what it is at all. It's this like soothing sensations of bubbles going down, and then you feel them start to pop as they do, and it's almost like pop rocks in your system.
Internal pop rocks?
Yeah,
That's awful.
pop rocks coated with alcohol.
Red goes, huh.
Huh.
The rest of the
Wild.
glass is still bubbling.
How
Alright.
bad is the coffee?
So when you drink the coffee, you weren't expecting alcohol when you ordered coffee. Whatever this is there's more alcohol than coffee. It doesn't have the notes of coffee. It has caffeine, probably somewhere, but you're drinking like straight alcohol out of this little teacup.
And Red goes, huh.
Fortunately, after drinking this, you feel the alcohol, but as with Tilbius, it's not impairing you. All right, Rosati, how much did you drink?
I would say a fair amount of it.
Okay. So as you drink it, you get this like hint of earthy tones, and as it's kind of like going down your throat, you feel this like grape and very like fruity flavors combining together. And as it gets like farther down and into your system and into your stomach, you've heard people talk about butterflies in their stomach before. You feel that a lot, almost like something's trying to get out of your stomach, and then it passes. But it wasn't a very comfortable feeling. But the drink was good.
I don't know if I like that.
What do you have, Kevin?
Kevin has gotten up from laughing at Cirrus, who is still clutching at his stomach, and his face is in an odd smile. Kevin is now lounging around the lip of the cup, leaning over and like kind of picking some up and then drinking it. He looks happy.
Can I have it? Could I have a sip, Kevin?
He kind of like slides down the side of the cup and pushes it over to you.
I'll just take a little sip just to get the taste.
So as you take a sip of this, you are blasted with different flavors. There are earthy tones followed by fruity ones, followed by what you can only describe as the taste of a carrot, followed by the taste of cabbage, and then it cycles through probably
all the other fruits.
Probably 100, yeah, all the different fruits. Cycles through probably 100 different flavors. Probably the oddest of which, if you had to place it, was a vine, like a swampy vine. You're not sure how you can place that taste, but you feel like that's what it was.
Tastes like, yes.
Yeah. It's just an affront to flavor.
Yeah, I think I chose better.
That's where we're at. Sirius, unfortunately, you are still paralyzed, and probably will remain so for the foreseeable future.
For the foreseeable future.
I want to look around the room and see, the various musicians and what's happening with this music in this place.
So some people have taken to like taking up instruments, and there you see like people strumming, like lutes. Somebody has like a small harp that they're playing. As they are, people kind of walk over, and most of the time, what happens is they string out on instruments, and then waves of sound fly off and hit people. Right? Most of the time, they're not playing for the enjoyment of the audience. They're playing
music fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really my scene either.
Not that you couldn't try to entertain the crowd.
Yeah. I'm more of an entertainer than not so much a fighter.
Yeah. It does. You do get the feeling that nobody here that's in a fight didn't already want to be in a fight.
No one's going to pick a fight.
Yeah. But yeah, what are we doing? Also, worth
I'm going to
noting
eat my pheasant.
Yeah, well, the food is here. It is on the better side of food that you've had before. It tastes good. Whatever the searing trick this guy did made the exterior taste delicious.
Yeah.
It had just the right amount of like heat
Nice.
applied to it and like texture on the top to make it good.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
I am
Cirrus,
gonna
you
go play
You gonna eat
cards.
yours, Cirrus? Cirrus, are you gonna eat any of that, Cirrus? You mind if I have some, Cirrus?
It's
I think
delicious.
he'll be all right.
Also, Kevin has started eating off of Cirrus's plate.
Kevin, don't be greedy. Share with us.
He pushes the plate towards the center of the table, ever so slowly, just a little bit at a time, kind of just shoving it.
Eat your fill, Kevin. It's fine.
Okay. So eventually, Rosati kind of heads off over to the table. You see 3 different games being played here. One of them is a person on the other side, this like small little like human lady with red hair tied up in a bun, flipping down cards. She flips down 2 in front of everybody, and then in front of herself, she flips over 1 of her 2 cards, right? Looks like the idea
Blackjack?
of 21. Yeah. To the left of that, you see a bunch of people rolling dice and then covering it with a cup. For those of you familiar, they're playing liar's dice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then on the far side, you see this like jerry-rigged roulette wheel as this guy drops a little ball bearing into it and spins it around. And then he crosses his arms in front of everybody as they throw coins on the table.
I would like to play blackjack.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
as he sits down at the blackjack area, I'm going to trot up and clap my hands on his shoulders and say, "Hey, Risati, look at me for a second.
Hey, what's up, Tilvius?
Hey, do your best, man.
Thanks,
take-
buddy.
you see
I
the-
appreciate that.
Take a bardic inspiration dice."
the rest of the table kind of looks at you, and I think they're all kind of trying to see if there's any magic at play here.
No magic.
And then they all look back at the table. All right.
Got my
So the
D6
way-
ready.
The way this is going to work is we're going to roll 2d10. Right? I will tell you what my first d10 is. And then following that, you can roll more d10 to get as close to you want as you want to 21. Obviously, if you go over, you bust. Same thing. The cost to play is 1 gold, and you can buy in for however much you want, right? So if you wanted to throw your entire gold stack in, maybe this person has enough to cover it. But that's what we'll do.
We'll start with 10 gold.
Okay?
So a gold per round.
Yeah,
Okay, and am I rolling both of mine to start or just one?
both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah. The first card that she flips over looks like a 7 with 7 of these like weird diamond type things on it. They look more like spell crystals than diamonds, though. But it's a 7.
Let's see, 7, 17. What does the house stay on?
They win if they hit 21 or whoever has the highest.
No, okay. So they don't play by like casino rules where the house has to hold if they have a certain number.
Correct.
Okay. Then I'm gonna take a card there, dealer.
Yeah, roll a d10.
All right. So I have 9 total currently sitting. It's gonna be. Okay. I will stay.
Okay. The dealer is going to hit another card, and you watch as some of the other people at the table are also hitting. One of the guys asks for another card, and he gets hit. Like throws his hands up in the air. You watch as the dealer plays one more card down, and then sits, waiting for everybody to decide they're done. Okay. She flips over her cards. She has a 6, a 6, and a 7.
What is that, 19? Fuck, I had 18. All right, I lose my first gold.
So as you do, she kind of like scoops everything towards her onto the side, kind of sets it into a pouch underneath the table.
All right, I won't take up much more game time, but I'll play another round.
Yeah, we can also do it off camera if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back to the table with Red.
Sure.
Right on.
I'm not one for cards. No.
I can imagine that might be difficult.
Part of me was hoping somebody would play Liar's Dice, I'll be honest.
I'll stay.
Yeah? Okay.
I'd love to.
She goes around the table, one guy takes a hit, another guy takes a hit, and then another hit, and then another hit, and he's like, I'll stay. The dealer
cards.
is going to take one more hit. Okay. So, dealer flips over the cards. She has 6, 6, 8.
70.
I'll take my one.
It's 20.
I'll take my one card. I'll flip over my other card and lay them down, and I drew 20.
Okay. So at a draw, the pile gets split evenly. The dealer takes half, and you take the other half.
All right.
And we can do
We
the
can
rest.
play the rest off camera.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the table with a Kevin that is devouring some pheasant. A Cirrus that is smiling. It's getting kind of creepy at this point. And Tilvius has walked back over to Red.
He's still not moving.
I pat him on the top of the head. Good life choices, Cirrus. Good life choices.
I think we'll probably have to carry him to whatever room we end up getting.
We can just sling him
Draw
over my back,
something.
probably.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Shouldn't we draw something on him? Kevin, do you have something to write with?
Kevin looks around, kind of looks back at you, and just kind of you hear negative twinkling.
I walk around Cirrus, so I'm not standing in front of him.
Okay.
I pull out a quill, and I just lay it on the table next to Kevin, and I walk back around him and sit down.
Do you have any ink to go with a quill?
Yeah, Kevin looks at you expectantly. Okay, so as you put the quill and the ink on the table, Kevin looks at both of them, and then he looks at Cirrus, and he looks at both of them, and he looks at Cirrus, and rather than picking up the quill, he kind of like extends his arms around the ink, flies above Cirrus, and dumps the ink on Cirrus's head. Just the whole ink.
Oh, Kevin.
That's a naughty Kevin.
Might have gone
Naughty
too far.
Kevin. Little much. Kevin.
So now it looks like there's this ink just sliding down Cirrus's face as he smiles, and you can watch some of it pool over his teeth, and it's not pretty. Kevin thinks it's fucking hilarious, though. Mirthful twinkling indeed.
Kevin's getting sent back to the
It's on
factory.
brand.
It's on.
So, time goes by. The fire genasi will come back out and ask you if you wanted anything for dessert. There are puddings and pies and all types of things. And eventually the night goes by. You feel like you've
I'll
been
just take a
here
room.
for quite a while. He looks at you. We don't do rooms here.
Is that
No, it's across the street.
Oh, that would make
Right.
sense.
Right, you know. I think I've had enough. Do you want me to try to take him like to bed? Are you guys gonna stay? Like, what do you want to do?
I think I'm good. We should settle up our bill.
Oh, yeah. Money. I actually didn't know how much
do
I...
I owe?
I think the total comes out to like 12 gold.
I got
Split
it,
that.
guys.
Oh, you got it all? Oh,
I got it.
Thanks, Rusati.
That's really nice of you. I think
I won some coin at the table over here. We're
Oh,
good.
okay.
I I think it's funny. Like I think everyone is carrying way more gold than I actually am.
I think they are, because you didn't take anything from the fucking adventure.
Well, I got a down.
Yeah, I took a lot. Yeah.
But yeah, so eventually, you guys exit, and on your way out, that same half elf is at the table. He looks at you and goes, "And if you're looking for work, Cornerstone has been invaded by some ghost or something. All adventures are being sent that way if you are into that sort of thing."
Cornerstone. Which way's Cornerstone?
You went past it, so that was like you could have gone to Cornerstone to get to Ceres, like on the way to Ceres.
Oh, but we went the
But
other
you
way.
went the other way. Yeah.
Because we weren't going to Ceres first. We were going to Lockham.
We're going to lock. Yeah.
That explains.
Maybe it's something we could do on the way back.
That explains the.
The
Yes.
adventurers in a
The
hurry,
adventurers,
loaded to the gills.
Yeah.
Ghosts.
Sure does.
Or something.
Ghosts are weird.
I don't know. They sent a message for Kamor, asking for aid, and we were told to pass it on.
I mean,
Well, we just stayed at a haunted hotel. You know.
great talking to you, friend. Thank you so much. You have a great night now.
You as well. I hope you enjoyed your stay at the Voyage.
I'm gonna put a silver piece on the counter and say, "Sorry about all the copper."
he looks down at his feet. The floor just covered in copper coins. As you guys are dragging Cirrus out. That does get a smile out of him.
You want to just throw Cirrus on over my back and
Yeah. As we're walking out, Red goes. Cirrus didn't have any copper.
No.
Cirrus didn't have any platinum.
he had platinum. He
Cirrus
paid
is still
for it.
paralyzed.
No.
Can't hear,
Oh,
you
wait.
can't hear this though.
Cirrus didn't have platinum.
No, that's right. Where did he get the platinum from?
He
Because we
got-
gave him gold,
And then there was platinum. And then he spent some of the platinum.
and he spent some of the platinum. He got gold back, and it turned into copper.
I don't know.
Where did he put his money?
I don't know where his gold is, and I don't know where he got the copper, and I don't know where he got the platinum. But if there is something weird and, Feywild going on, how much do you want to bet that copper is all going to turn back into gold?
I
Now that
bet if he
Cirrus
gets,
doesn't have it.
I bet if he gets 1,000 copper, it'll turn into a platinum.
I think that's a safer bet than the platinum, or that the copper that he spent will turn back. We need to test
right.
it. We need to test it. We need to give it. What is it? 10 gold for platinum?
Yeah. 10 copper for silver, 10 silver for gold, 10 gold for platinum.
Gold for platinum.
Well, here, if we're gonna travel together for a while, hear me out. If we're gonna travel together for a while, and we start making money, we start making coin. If we give every 10 gold to Cirrus, and
We'll get
he
a
can
platinum
change it
head.
to platinum, and then we're carrying way less.
Can we make sure with this test that that's what actually happens every time if we don't end up with a cart full of copper?
Well, I mean, the other thing is maybe it's only his money that gets screwed up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like if we give him
Fair.
money and it's not his money, I don't know.
Experiments. I like experiments.
And I like
It's always fun.
rest.
I
So-
think it's time for rest.
As you guys are like out on the street, you do see just a plethora of inns all lining the side. Most of them have signs that have like twinkling stars or like a bed on it. One of them has like a feather through the name.
Is there a one with a big like 6? Like a
No, there isn't one with a big. Unfortunately, not. Closest to you is the twinkling.
Which
pillar.
one is sponsored or sponsored by Robert Goulet?
The twinkling pillow for sure. There you go.
Yeah.
We'll stay
Let's.
there.
Why don't we go down a couple of? I feel like this one right outside the entrance gets the most business. Let's go a little bit out of the way.
Sure.
Very fair. Which way down the street are you going? Are you going towards the side where you entered or the side where you're leaving from?
No, we already passed the side within. Let's do the other way. Side leaving side.
So you head towards that like Insquired store that you were in earlier. Just to the left of that is a small little inn that looks like it's maybe 2 stories high, called the Nightbird. There's a picture of a like what looks like some type of canary as a picture on it. I don't know why.
This looks cute.
So,
Let's try that.
as you walk over to it and you walk in, on the counter, kind of just like laying sprawled out behind it in a kind of like sofa-like thing, is an elf. And they just a normal elf, no Eladrin or anything. They quickly get up and look at you and go, what can I do for you today?
Well, we're just looking for a place to spend the night before we head on to Loch Nim.
It'll be a gold a night, and we are the cheapest in town. How many rooms?
Red, you want your own room, probably, right?
I'm sorry?
Red, you'd probably want your own room, right?
Sure.
How about rooms?
I
Sorry?
plop up a gold for my room.
2, 3, 2, 3. Versati doesn't care.
So he takes as much as you put on the table, and then he throws keys on the table. They don't have names on them. They don't have any card that indicates a room number. He goes, take your pick. Upstairs to the left.
I bang my little walking stick up the stairs.
I'll put a gold down for the other 3 of us.
True.
Thank you.
Each
We can
of
share a
the keys looks exactly the fucking same.
He said take your pick, so I guess the keys work in all the rooms, or we'll try it.
Yeah. So you guys head upstairs and you see a hallway of different rooms, and as you kind of slide the key in and open it, the door opens. Inside you see 2 beds on either side next to a window and very little else. It's a very sparse room. At this point, the veil light is completely died off, and the rooms are dark, and all you can really see is the stars in the sky and the moons bleeding through.
Rasati, help me get this guy off into a bed. You can take the other
I
one.
got
I sleep on the floor.
No problem.
You guys close everybody
Just
through.
plunk.
Worth noting
I
that
cover him up. I cover him up.
if you were terribly perceptive, the key looks different from before. So, yeah, you guys shut the door and drift off to sleep.
I feel slightly bad, so I will try my best to clean the ink off of Sirius's head before I go to bed.
Does anybody else want to do anything before they go to sleep?
That's it. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, I just do my regular nightly ritual.
Okay.
Unlock my locks.
That's where we'll end. Everybody
Somebody put
passes
some eye drops
into
in. maybe
It is,
maybe
it
close.
is worth noting, probably 3 hours after Tilvius and Rosati have fallen asleep, finally you feel your face able to move. You get movement of that before anything else, and as you manage to close your eyes, eventually you finally pass out.
So dry. Eyes are so dry.
It was not a fun night.
You are the picture boy for Visine commercials everywhere.
Wow. Best 5 gold Rosati ever spelled.
Ever.
Spent.
Spelled.
You're welcome. You're welcome, buddy.
So, that's where we're going to end. We'll do outros from everybody. and we'll be done. Jeff.
Well, Andy, I'm sure we've proven today that we all have 4 fingers and 1 thumb on each hand. My name's Joff, and I've played a small fox with blind eyes and a fun disposition. Everyone enjoy. Happy internet.
Tony.
Thank you, Andy, so much for that, wonderful rendition this evening. Rusati is super sorry that he destroyed a building in the game, but you know what? We had a good time tonight, and, tune in next time for whatever crazy adventures crazy crew gets into. I'm going to go to sleep now, so this is Rusati signing off. Back to you, Andy.
Chris.
Oh, hello. I have sometimes 4 fingers, but right now I only have a thumb. Look at it. Look at it. And good night.
It's circling an invisible nipple.
Watch this. Now I have 4 fingers. Now I have no fingers.
We have the best intro and outro.
Now I have 4
on the internet.
fingers.
All right, Josh.
Now I have no fingers.
I'm Robert Goulet, coming to you from a Motel 6. We'll leave the light on for you.
Or yeah.
And I am Dakota Orshiro. This has been Unveiled. Be sure to tune into all the other stuff we do here, as well as not next week, but the week after that. We'll be going to Loch Nim, which is like a bigger city. Probably 2 to 3 times the size of Walden, if I had to say. So Loch Nim is a pretty big one. It's also the lead into the Underdark. So, yeah, tune in next time. I appreciate everybody that watched. I wish you all the best of weeks going forward. And bye-bye.
I'll see you later.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another Vibe Tribe production. What's going to happen next time? Well, you're going to have to tune in to find out. But until then, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, and as always, make sure that you keep the good times rolling. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.